Hey guys. Okay, so I'm back doing my second war recap for Heisenburgers, the new clan we started. Uh, I'm gonna keep this one shorter than the last one we did, where we got the perfect war. But if you look, we got another perfect war. So yeah, we've had two perfect wars in a row. Two of our three wars that we've done, we've actually three-starred every single person. So if you look on their side, everybody's been taken out. And this is another pretty even war. I feel like we were slightly mismatched at the top side, um, but I was still able to take their guys out. And this is actually pretty funny. Oh, what was I going to show? Oh, yeah, I always like seeing the 100% average destruction. That's pretty cool. Um, well, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, yeah. So this war was actually pretty funny because you can see they only ended up using two attacks. Uh, so it looks like they had just like given up or something, and they probably did. But I think they started out the war waiting around to kind of see how we would like start out at in the beginning, and we ended up getting all 30 stars in the first 4 hours of the war, which was just crazy. Like basically all the bases that we took on, like the first time we took them on, we got 3 stars in like almost every one of them. So it was just like the first wave of attacks just took out everyone, uh, and so and they hadn't even used a single attack yet. So it was actually 30-0 at one point, and then they ended up doing. I don't know why these guys attacked. I think they basically knew they had lost and they were going to come back and win this one. So they kind of gave up. So it doesn't look close at all, but that's just because we took care of business right at the beginning. So that was a good job from everybody on our side. Everybody took out their assigned base really well, so that worked out. Um, so I'm not going to cover my attacks on 1 and 2 in this video because I'm going to cover those in a separate video. I don't think I'm going to do this one either. Dr. Novice, he was just taking on a Town Hall 8 guy, which he's Town Hall 9, and it was a pretty easy attack, so I'm not going to cover that one. Uh, I think I'll show babymacsac just to get one dragon attack in, because Jason's attack was on like a super rush Town Hall 9, and the guy only had 2 air defenses. So yeah, I think I'll show this one really quickly. Plus, it's another example of how to use hogs in your clan castle, which is a little bit different. A lot of people don't do that. I'll play it in 2 times speed though. So yeah, you can see here, I'll slow down at the beginning. I dropped the lightning in to take that air defense out because that's the one that's actually being covered by the air sweeper. And then down here, I throw in my barbarian king to tank and my hog riders in, and so they take out that air defense down there. So there's only one air defense left. So I get my funnel going on both sides, and I made sure to save one dragon because you'll watch right here. These wizards come up and just like take out this dragon just on their own. And I've had a problem with that lately. One of my attacks last war actually, I had like 3 dragons taken out by the clan castle wizards. So I saved one dragon to drop in right there and take them out. So I knew that they couldn't take out any other dragons. Uh, so yeah, then I got my funnel in. They go in, get to that air defense really quickly, take it out, and we can speed it up from here. You can see his air sweeper really isn't doing anything. The dragons it was hitting in that time it wasn't taking out the dragons that were hitting the air defense or anything. So that air sweeper placement didn't really work out since I took out the top air defense. And then I didn't worry about sending any dragons in at the top side because I knew if I started on this bottom side, the dragons would end up here and be able to take out all this stuff in time. So that was a pretty easy attack, but it's just another example of how to use hog riders in your clan castle. It's a slightly different strategy that I think a lot of people don't really think about using. And I'm going to focus on a lot of our lower level attacks this war. I think I'm going to show all 3 of these because they really highlight how strong balloons are at Town Hall 5 and 6. And I think we're getting pretty good with them. So I'm going to start out with Andy's attack. You can see this base is pretty well set, or it's not very well set up for an airstrike. So Andy takes really good advantage of that. He still has a good attack though, and you'll see that here. He uses his heal spells. That was the thing. Like we've all kind of been debating on like what's better, balloon attacks at Town Hall 5 and 6, or are like wizards and giants better at Town Hall 5 and 6? Especially with the introduction of heal spells, we were kind of thinking that the giant wizard strategy might be stronger. But after this war, I'm pretty sold on balloons, honestly, which makes sense since they only have 1 air defense. So you can see Andy ends up having to use like all of his initial troops to take out those wizards. He kind of screwed up on his first wizards that he dropped. They got killed really quickly. So he doesn't have much in the way of cleanup. But yeah, you can see here he drops his high-level balloons on the air defense and those two archer towers. Since that's the highest DPS, he wanted to take those out pretty quickly. And then where he drops all his other balloons in on the wizard towers, which that in combination with the heal spells basically makes wizard towers worthless now, which was the really big problem at Town Hall 5. So at Town Hall 6, I really think balloons are the way to go once you get the heal spells, because you can just use your high-level balloons to get to the air defenses, and then use your lower-level balloons on the wizard towers with heal spells, and you just destroy everything. So yeah, you can see, and then the timing on when the last defense went down just meant that his balloons got a really, really good split, like all around the base. And so even though he didn't have any cleanup troops left over from the very beginning of the attack, he was able to just take out the whole base, and there really wasn't even like a time issue on this one. It was just a really solid attack. So good job to Andy on that one. Nice job getting that 3-star. Alrighty, going on to this one. Now this was the one that was really like the test. Actually, I'm gonna show the other one first. It's like Andy did that attack, and I did this attack, and then that's when I decided like I think balloons are just like super super strong, and so I tried it on their number 8 guy, which you'll see that one in a sec. So this guy, you can see his air defense is a little more protected. Really, his whole base is just slightly more protected because he's got his air defense farther on the inside, and he's got a lot of like your balloons have to travel a long ways before they can actually get into these archer towers and wizard towers and all that. So it's a slightly better defense setup right here. But you can see this kind of highlights the power balloons, I guess. So I draw the clan castle troops. We can kind of speed through this. I tried to get him in a really tight ball to where I could just use one wizard to take him out, but it didn't quite work. You can see the wizard pump fakes on the first one, and then he actually doesn't do enough damage to one-shot those wizards. So I ended up having to use some archers, but I still had a lot of leftover archers. So I dropped in a few of my weaker balloons to tank right there, and I ended up using a heal spell here, just because I knew my balloons had a ways to go to get into that air defense, and it ended up working because he had both of those air mines there. Then I dropped in my other balloons on this wizard tower, and since he only had one wizard tower, I really didn't need, like on Andy's attack, there were 2 wizard towers, so he had to use that other heal spell for the other wizard tower, but I was able to use it for the air defense spot. And then I just drop in balloons on the other archer towers, and you can see the whole thing just goes down really quickly. And then I had a lot of cleanup archers left, so I took out some of these side buildings, and I piled them up pretty heavily on the clan castle to take that out. And then my balloons split off really nicely, and yeah, I just took out the whole base pretty quickly after that. So I really think with heal spells, balloons are just the way to go at Town Hall 6. And they're still really good at Town Hall 5. I think that's still probably the best strategy. Alright, so then this was the hard one. You can see this guy's air defense is way deep inside his base. He's actually got an air sweeper. All of his archer towers are pretty well upgraded, and he's got 2 wizard towers, even though this one's only level 1. So this was like the real test to see like how good balloons actually are. And I kind of had a clever idea with this attack. I ended up using a dragon instead of level 6 balloons, and I used that to tank the air defense from my other balloons, and so you'll see that in a second. I'm just drawing out the clan castle troops to kill them, get them in a ball, and I ended up using my dragon to do it too, which worked pretty well, because that meant I didn't have to use any of my archers, so I knew I'd have a lot for cleanup. And I know if I dropped my dragon here, it would target that elixir collector, this elixir collector, and then move in. And then as soon as the dragon starts tanking the air defense, I just drop in my balloons really quick. And I go ahead and throw a heal spell down just to make sure they all live. And get into that air defense really quickly. And you can see here, the deployment was good. They got right onto that air defense, took it out. Dragon tanked the entire time. And then I dropped in my other balloons here. And since it was just a level 1 wizard tower, I knew it wasn't going to do much. And so I was able to save my other balloon for this back end, which worked really, really well too. You can see I probably shouldn't have gone so heavy at the beginning with my balloons, because I actually probably could have spaced them out better and not had one massive group. And then you can see right there that one air mine just like destroyed my balloon's health. And then I kind of screwed up. I should have spread out the deployment some and dropped more on this archer tower, because you can see here I've got all these balloons that are super low health. So I actually end up dropping archers in randomly just to help keep the balloons from all dying. And I guess it stopped one of them from dying probably, I don't know. But yeah, so there you go. I finally got that out, and since I was able to use the dragon at the beginning to take out their clan castle, I have a ton of balloons left, or ton of archers left, sorry. So my archers are just doing cleanup. This one actually didn't end up being that close on time. I think I had like 20 seconds left maybe. So it was semi-close. But yeah, being able to use the dragon at the beginning to save all those archers really helped a lot. Because those archers up on top took out a ton of stuff. If I didn't have those and I just had more balloons, this wouldn't have been a 3-star probably. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty solid attack. There were definitely some things I could have done better. I'm not entirely sure like how many balloons I need to use in each area. And so this was kind of a learning experience also. I can probably go lighter on the initial balloons and spread them out some. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this war. I guess the big thing this one was like our Town Hall 6s really stepped up big. Even Pommy just took out their number 10 guys, so we ended up not having to use any of our higher level guys' attacks on these lower level people this war. Everybody pretty much took out their own level, that's a good sign when we're not having to like drop down lower to take people out. So, and I'm hoping as our Town Hall 6s and Town Hall 5s and stuff move up in levels, we'll continue to do that at Town Hall 7 and 8. So I think this clan's headed in a really good direction, and we are still looking for more people. So if you're a Town Hall probably between 6 and 9 and you're interested in joining, you feel confident in your ability to get 3 stars in wars, then we're only set to invite only right now. So you can request and I'll check you out, and if you look good, I'll get you in. Yeah, and then you can be a part of this clan. I know we're just starting out, it's just a level 1 clan, so that kind of sucks. There might be better options out there, but I'm telling you, we're going to keep winning all these wars, and we're going to get up to a higher level pretty quickly. So, plus you get to be in some YouTube videos, right? That's always fun. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.